Hello, good evening. This is Melinda, a TBC member here in Bangkok, Thailand. Now, I decided to make another broadcast where I can make sure that I'll be part of a member that can really make a live broadcast today. So I set up my time here in Bangkok last night. It was 7:30 to 8 p.m. in the evening, but when I look at in the Fiji time, it's 5:30 to 6. So let me let me give my topic. It's how much grow, how much gold, how much gold do you want to migrate? I'm talking of gold because well, the result of the change of our TBC starting after the send button meeting, that there was a blog there that we're already talking of the gold, uh, the time of the migration. So since the gold is really exciting thing for us to hold, so I'm very interested to have this gold. So with this new exchange we will have is having that gold. So I'd like to have this time to share with you about, or to talk with you about this gold. Okay, so this time, before I will talk about my topic, I'd like to talk about the broadcast of number 33 of Mr. Randy Wilson, that it's very important not to rush to redeem our cookies, because these cookies, we can still get more cookies until the end of May, because the admin now is still giving more cookies, especially the send button meeting until I think May 28th. Now, regarding the cookies that the admin is giving for all the members with send buttons, when I attend the send button, actually I've attended most of the send button meetings, but the thing is, I really don't get the exact means of what to type in the key box. Okay, I'm thinking at first that I have to copy paste the link of the YouTube that was posted. So several times, and then I kept on talking or sending message to my partner, Mr. Don Lutz, that why is it that I couldn't really make up these kringles, these these 1 million kringles? And he said, and I've been really sitting here to watch and listen the process of that meeting. So at that time, oh my goodness, until such time I got one correct attempt already. The previous meeting I got the correct time, because I understood now that it's the keyword that will be shown of Mr. Randy. That's the keyword that I should type in the box. It's not the link of the YouTube. It's so funny, you know. Okay, so I think for 5 meetings, I only got one correct and timely to put the send button, the keyword for that meeting. So that's why I have only one million kringles cookie, or how do you say that? 1 million cookies. Oh, that's only the time that I got it correctly. So anyway, as part of joining the billion coins, it's like interesting, because we're learning, and at the same time we're also educating ourselves, especially the tools. Now, this is the hardest, for me, this is the hardest task on how to really get perfect of this live broadcast. You know why? You need to do the setup. In fact, the last broadcast, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I made a broadcast, and you know what happened? I kept on saying, but it became like an audio because the camera was not on. I just kept on talking and talking, but yet I said, "What happened to this?" That's my, my experience. That I got already the message from the admin. Oh, someone here, something like that. So I really sent message that I really didn't get the right means on how to really make the live broadcast. So this time, I personally attempt now, and hopefully I get it right. So that I can really continue making the live broadcast. So by the way, since the title of my topic is how much gold do you want to migrate? Because if you migrate, if you're ready to migrate, meaning you already you have already clicked the migration portion there, the button wherein you can see the send button at the bottom there for redemption. Because the whole month of December, May, I understood that it's the whole month for redemption, that we're going to redeem all our cookies that we acquired during this time. Now, for those who are very, they're really excited to redeem their cookies, I really salute to the opinion of Mr. Randy Wilson and the rest of the top leaders that since there's still cookie rewards promotion until the end of the send button meeting, we should have to wait. So I agree with that. In fact, I've sent message to Mr. Randy that I agree with that opinion that we have to wait. We should not rush. Okay, so there are some people there that have a lot of Kringles now, and there are people there with send buttons that they're able to get more people or more referrals, even with the $100. And there are people there that are what you call orphans that they need to. That they need to be assisted. They need our support. But then when we try to listen all the live broadcast, and even the time of Mr. Randy, he really tried to reiterate how to really manage yourself to open your send button. So at the billion Coin.Info, where you can log in there, and you have to set yourself to you have to set yourself there to have your send button on, because we are so many, and in fact we have to really know how to really make use of the tools, especially for the send buttons on. And when you send message and until now my send button is not on, you keep on testing to our leaders, and anyway, it's not a problem for me. If you want to send messages to me and then you want to ask how to make your button on, no problem. I can serve, okay, because I've tried myself to manipulate that portion. By the way, regarding with the topic of this goal, it's really exciting because I think nobody here or no one is not interested to acquire gold. But with this technology now, with the change of idea now that we can even get this even a grain of gold. It's okay. It's really exciting. So let me share the screen. Let me share the screen. Sorry. Let me share the screen where I am interested to have this portion here. Now, in this blog, as of April 27, 2018, from the admin, it's we need to move gold. We need to move to gold. So this means a huge pay rise for all Tunisians. This is a topic where I am very interested because of the topic here of the gold. We need to move to gold. So initially, when you say gold, so we are really expecting that the admin will really think of the youths pay for this. I think so. Okay, because it's great money. Now I have to scroll down here the portion. So let me read the blog, but I will try to give a recap later. So I don't know about you, but this magazine cover from The Economist, an elite publication dated 30 years ago, has misspoke. Brexit news that the UK could ditch the euro leaves some major questions unanswered regarding the euro's ability to survive such a move in these already troubled times for the currency. Some do say that it would be the death of the euro. USD is not much better off with a heavy debt load. It carries, as it has currently lost its standing as the global reserve currency of the world. Every honest economist is scratching their heads wondering what could be the final straw that breaks the camel's back. As the saying goes, there are a number of scenarios that could lead to a complete global financial collapse. And it seems we are heading towards all of them very fast at this time. Is that the plan? Is a global financial collapse a carefully engineered product of the elite? Based on things I've seen, I'd say yes to that question. Do you realize how abnormal it is for the 1% to possess 99% of all the money and wealth in the world? Until 2016, when that was reported to be the case, that is a first in the history of mankind. It is a well-known fact that all paper currencies in the past have ultimately failed and never survived the long term. It's bad enough when it happens in a single country. But what would it be like if it happened globally all at the same time? So with all that being said, it doesn't make sense to connect our TBC with any paper currency, including the euro. Now that we are about to launch a brand new coin network and blockchain, we have essentially created a new coin, kind of like TBC 2.0. Back in a blog post I wrote on October 1st, 2016, I mentioned similar concerns and suggested it may make sense to measure the value of TBC in gold from Mother Earth instead of the euro. Here is a link to that article. Okay, gold is permanent and has held up well in value to the test of time as something of great worth. These paper currencies could start behaving wildly and be all over the place in their values and could even become worthless at some point. It is time to move our measurement of the value of TBC to gold instead of the euro. So, in order to maintain the value at a one-to-one basis, we will now make a 1 grain of gold equal to 1 member each instead of 1 euro. Effective on the day we start migration. So we will modify the ultimate price on the formula page of the website to say, the formula of the ultimate price of the billion coin is 1 grain of gold multiplied by the total number of verified members within the community. For example, if the total number of verified members equals 10,000, then the ultimate price of the billion coin is 10,000 grain of gold per coin. So we just switch out the word euro for grain of gold. So the grain of gold is the smallest unit of gold. It is even smaller than a gram of gold. Essentially, there are 480 grains of gold in 1 troy ounce of gold. The spot price of gold in ounces at this moment is 1,088.16 in euros. Now, in 1,088.16 divided by 480 is equal to 2.267. So this change to be made on our formula measurement means all Tibetians will get a large pay raise from the first day of the TBC, the 2.0, ongoing as each new member joins by 2.267 times. Our current price today is 3,091,358 in euros. So the 3,091,358 times 2.267 is equal to 7,008,108. Sorry, 7,008,108.59 euros. So enjoy the pay rise. Okay. So with this blog, I'd like to expound that one, that the value of our gold is equivalent to the verified members of the community. So as mentioned there, if there are 10,000 members of the TBC, so it's equal to the 10,000 grain of gold. So with this live broadcast, that really encouraging all the Tibetians to really make the live broadcast. So let's try to find time to really make this broadcast. For me, if I'll get it right now to be making this live broadcast, so hopefully it can get more people to join so that the value of the gold that is equivalent to the membership of this TBC, the members of the TBC. So meaning to say that the value of the gold will also rise, okay? So I'm very interested with this way of getting more people through broadcasting, because if this is the case, that the rate of the grain of gold is the number of the members, oh, so it's great, no? Okay, the grain of gold, actually, it is the smallest unit of gold, and it is even smaller than a gram of gold. So with this value, a grain of gold, if I have 10,000 grain of gold, it's okay for me. But if I could have more, plus the cookies reward, uh, cookies reward that is now offered by the admin for this, like for example, this send button meeting. So I'd like to really have more cookies so that I could get more grains of gold. So can you imagine that the formula of this ultimate price of the billion coin is 1 grain of gold times the number of the verified members. So how much gold do you want to migrate? Because if you redeem these cookies at the end of May, so that's how much the gold that you're going to migrate. So hopefully I could get more people to join here, that will join here, and could really even get more or thousands, how to say that? Because $100 is equivalent to how much grain of gold. I'm not really good in mathematics, but as I could say that the calculation with this one, it's really nice. No, I really like. Now, 1 troy ounce of gold is equal to 480 grams of gold. And the price of gold at that time when it was recorded last April 27, it was 1,088 and 16 in euros. And it's 1,088 and 16 over 480 is equal to 2.267. Now, as the current price in euros is equal to 3,091,000 so then we're going to multiply it with 2.267 is equal to 7,008,108 and 159 euros. So effective the day of migration, if we can maintain the value at a one-to-one basis, 1 grain of gold is equal to 1 member instead of €1. So we're really going to find time to really get more grains of gold. Now, since we are still in the redemption period, we should not hurry. We should not really take time to hurry because we still have cookies reward, especially at this send button meeting. And we still have more time to convince people, and we still have time to share this abundance, to really share more cookies so that we can really get to the extent of getting more members to join in this TBC. Okay? Because can you imagine the ultimate price of this billion coin is 1 grain of gold, and then times the number of the verified members. Hopefully, I could really have more. I could really have more people to join, So I don't want to say about my study about the TBC and how I convince people, but I am working hard to really make even the live broadcast. So now hopefully this time I am able to get the correct tools and how to really set up with this with this live broadcast. So hopefully I have really get it right. So that's the topic that I am really prepared that I will now that I am trying to ask every member now, how much gold do you want to migrate? So thank you for this evening and watching me. Once again, this is Ermelinda M's Relation. As I use my screen, but my name is really Ermelinda Peñafiel, but I'm using my middle name of my mom, because I love my mom. So thank you very much. Nice seeing you again in the live broadcast. I will set my time again. If the feedback is okay, I will continue. But if there's still need the room for improvement, I will accept. I'm I'm a person that really accept how do you call that one, criticism, because criticisms can make us perfect, and that's will lead us to a good performer. Am I right? Okay, thank you very much and good evening.